There are three things that I love: movies about movies, stuntmen, and movies that remind me of the cinematic masterpiece from 2002 known as Big Fat Liar. Hey movie fans, so I just got back from seeing The Fall Guy starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Now this has been one of the movies that I've been the most anticipating just because I absolutely love the director David Leitch. He previously did Bullet Train and Deadpool 2 and did a lot of the stunt choreography for the John Wick movies. The guy knows action. More or less doing another action movie about a stuntman. Sign me up. Like I said in the intro, I love movies about movies, and that is absolutely what this is. I had the highest of expectations going into The Fall Guy, and I'm happy to report that they were far surpassed. I absolutely adored this movie. I had a huge grin on my face the entire time. It's not perfect, but I gotta be honest. Normally we do positives, negatives, and then positives on reviews on this channel. I don't think I'm gonna have any negatives. Not saying there aren't any, but I can't really think of any off the top of my head. I just really had a lot of fun with this. Let's just break everything down. First of all, leading man Ryan Gosling. I love him in comedic roles. I know everyone got all high on Ryan Gosling after Barbie and his phenomenal performance as Ken. I've been a fan of his from a comedic standpoint since The Nice Guys. That is a great movie that I really, really wish got a sequel. If we can't get a sequel for The Nice Guys, can we please get a sequel for The Fall Guy instead? Because this, I think, has tremendous sequel opportunities just because I absolutely love this movie. Could you tell? But he is so charismatic in this as a dude that's just at the wrong place at the wrong time and just kind of wants to fix things, but he's bad at doing it. But he's good at being a stuntman. As they say in the trailers, he's tasked with doing a specific mission of finding the lead actor for the movie, because if something happens to the stuntman, no one's gonna notice because he's a stuntman.
Why me?
You're a stuntman. Nobody's gonna notice you. That's your job. No offense.
But he's doing it to try and impress the director, his ex-girlfriend, Emily Blunt. This movie is much more of a romance than I was initially anticipating. The trailers are just like, look at all the cool stunt work. Isn't it great? Look at all the humor. Ryan Gosling is being snarky as ever. This has a fun, genuine romance to it. Normally, I'm pretty cynical when it comes to romantic comedies. I'm not the biggest romance fan. It's just not my genre, but if you love it, good for you. I really bought the chemistry between the two. I really liked Emily Blunt's character. I liked Ryan Gosling's character. It felt like a natural progression from a relationship, but also it made a lot of sense. They felt like actual well-written human being characters. Now, granted, they're the leads, but the rest of the movie has a really strong supporting cast. We have Winston Duke, who is more or less the effects coordinator for the movie that they're working on, M'Baku from Black Panther. I love him so much. I just want him and Ryan Gosling in a movie together now because they have such great chemistry. They play off each other so incredibly well. Without delving too much into spoilers, there's a dog, and that's all you need to know. It's the goodest boy ever. I love any of the action scenes involving the dog, and it's not like a John Wick situation. Don't worry about the dog. The dog is fine. Stunts are great, as you'd expect from a former stunt man turned director in David Leitch, but he also gets story. There's so many elements to this that they set up only to pay off down the road. How it starts and how it ends are perfectly bookmarked. There's plenty of things that are set up that they eventually pay off down the road that I really, really appreciated. This was just a really fun movie. They excel at the stunts. The stunt work is phenomenal. I will admit, I think I like this a little bit more than David Leitch's previous movie, which is Bullet Train. I loved Bullet Train a lot. But the fact that this is a movie about movies just is like my thing. I really, really love it. If you're not a big like behind the scenes movie fan, you're not gonna be lost. But if you are a big making of person and love seeing and know a little bit of behind the curtain magic, you get a little bit more out of it. There's some winks and some nods here that I'm just like, huh, okay, this is clearly made by people who know what they're talking about. The cast is phenomenal. The humor is phenomenal. It's very much that rapid fire humor, not as much as Bullet Train. Bullet Train was very quippy, very fast dialogue, almost Guy Ritchie-esque. This turns the dial down just a little bit in the humor department, there's still plenty of humor to be had, some tremendous laughs. But there's more emphasis on character this time around. I focused and related a lot more to the characters this time around than previous David Leitch movies. Love the characters, love the action, phenomenal stunts just across the board. Any of the stunts in this movie could pass as the big one that they would market it, but the whole movie is a stunt. I have long been a big advocate for stunt performers in movies. I think they're very often overlooked. People are just like, oh yeah, I do my own stunts. But it's cool that you do that, Tom Cruise, but there's other people that do it better, so let's give them credit. This movie is a full-on love letter to stunt performers, and the people behind the curtain, they really get a chance to shine in this, and I'm hoping this inspires the next generation of filmmakers of just like, yeah, stunt people are cool too. You don't have to be the glorious positions that are like the writer or the director. The behind the scenes people make just as much of an impact as the ones in front of the camera, and I think The Fall Guy really illustrates that perfectly. I'm gonna need a sequel to this as soon as humanly possible, and I'm gonna need to see this quite a few more times. This is a huge ring endorsement. This is one of the best movies I've seen in theaters in quite a while. I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think? Have you seen The Fall Guy? Are you planning on seeing it anytime soon? Whatever your thoughts, let me know down in the comments below, as I hear from you guys. And as always, if you like what you see and want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay sharp, movie guys and gals.